Hello everyone and welcome to our channel Biodiversity and Conservation by Ambika Prasad Research Foundation. Today we will talk about on the topic Aerides species in India presented by Sugimani Marandi. As basically we know that the species in this genus range from small to large monopodial epiphytic plants, except the lithophytic one is Aerides crabensis. How we will identify this Aerides species? As in, they form a pendulous raceme with many long-lasting fragrant and waxy flowers, which are often white with purple or pink edges. So some species have purple or pink flower, and a few have a yellow in it. So each flower has a forward-facing spur and grows on a sharp, stout, leafy stem. So the leaves are growing in two vertical rows. The leaf margin are bilobed and the apex is emarginate. And morphologically they are very similar to species in the genus of Vanda. So it is kind of the main topic on it, like some of the species that are Vanda that are in the taxonomic, it is there, but after that, after some very much clarification on it or working on it, it comes to the Aerides genus. So it is basically, you can say morphologically it is somewhat similar, but not as per the size, because it is very much different from that other genus Vanda. So let's move forward. So now we will talk about on first Aerides species, that is Aerides crassifolia. So Aerides crassifolia is a small to medium sized plant, and it is a monopodial epiphyte with a erect stem, and it has a olive green color leaves that are bilobed apically, that blooms in mainly summer and spring season. So the leaves are broad and are flat and almost succulent, and might be a stage in evolution towards reduced surface and increased volume. So it has some of the fact that you can identify this. And one more thing is that the flower, you can see the flower is sometimes mean long lived flower, as you can see, because it has a very long lasting flowering period is there. And it is, you can see the it makes it different from that it has a pink edges, or you can say pink at the edges of every sepals petals and the lip part. Well, it is very much make it vulnerable to target for orchid thrives to who steal them. So because of its beauty, as you can see. So these are all for Aerides crassifolia, and you can see elevation is up to from 1000 to 1300 will be there. And the flowering period is mostly in May to June. So now we will move to our next Aerides species. So now we will talk about on Aerides crispa. So Aerides crispa is very much different from Aerides crassifolia. So as you can see, the common name of Aerides crispa is called Aerides. So why do you have such type of common name first? So because of the pattern of the lip part, because Aerides crispa, the lip, as you can see, it has a dull violet purple color is there, and the lip is very much different from Aerides crassifolia. So you can see it has a thick dull violet purple stem carrying spreading, and the leaves is thick leathery and pale green. And flower, I have already told, it is a dull violet purple basically. So another thing is that the leaves are strap shaped, unequally bilobed at the tip with a small tip between the lobes. And the inflorescence is mainly erect to arching, branched, flowered custal, and it has a fragrant flowers also. So maximum you can see the Aerides, every species, or you can say most of the species, they have a fragrant in it. So it has a very much attraction to other pollinators. So that's for it. And this is for Aerides crispa. Let's move to our next Aerides species. So let's move to our next Aerides species, that is Aerides falcata. So Aerides falcata, you can see the stems are elongate, stout with several distichous leaves, and the leaf blade is lorate type, you can see, and the inflorescence of the flower is racemose, sparsely several flowered, and the flower is whitish tinged or spotted with purple or purplish red. So you can see it has a very much different from another Aerides species, and you can see the dorsal sepal broadly ovate or suborbicular, and lateral sepals broadly ovate, base completely adnate to column foot, and the petals smaller than sepals. So the lip is movable, or you can say spurred type, and you can see these are all for this morphological of Aerides falcata. And one more thing is that the elevation is mostly from up to 1000 meter, and the flowering period is from March to May. So let's move to our next Aerides species. Then moving to ours, Aerides maculosa. So Aerides maculosa, you can see the common name is sometimes fox brush orchid, or you can say cat's tail orchid. So why it is has such kind of name in it? Because you can see the flower pattern or the flower variation in Aerides maculosa is much more resemblance, you can say cattail's orchid. So, and it is a dwarf orchid species. So I mean it has very small in size also, and the spikes are arching to pendulous to about sometimes 25 centimeter, I guess, with many flowers. And in Asia, in India, we have also found Aerides maculosa, and you can see it has a very long lasting flower, and it has a waxy type of thing, and sometimes it is, you can see rarely the flower color is white in color, white or yellow, but maximum time it is purple or pinkish color with a forwards facing spur growing on stout many leaf stem from the leaf axil. So the leaves grow distichous as in you can say in two vertical rows. So leaf margin are bilobed while the apex is emarginate. So these are all for Aerides maculosa, and the elevation is up to 500 meter. The flowering period is from June to August. So let's move to our next Aerides species. Then comes to our Aerides multiflora. So personally I can tell that Aerides multiflora is many more, you can say, researchers or many more plant lovers are there, that whenever they see distance from Aerides multiflora, they get finally, or you can say they get mistaken by the Rhencostylus retusa, because of the color of it and the pendulous type of color inflorescence is there. That doesn't mean it looks like a Rhencostylus retusa, because if you see closely to it, it is very much different. It is very much different. As you can see, Aerides multiflora, you can say the lip part, the lip is like a spur, it is there, means spur type, and so you can see, you can't even recognize it just by looking from the very far distance. You have to look through it, so you can get to know about it, that how Aerides multiflora is different from Rhencostylus retusa. Just because this looks like that, mean like from distance you will see that it is, oh yes, a pink in color, so it does look like Rhencostylus retusa, but it doesn't, because Aerides multiflora is very much different, and sometimes it get mistaken because in many parts of India, or you can say we see that Aerides multiflora and Rhynchostylus retusa flowering pattern is somewhat similar to one another. So let's move to our how to identify Aerides multiflora. So the common name is mainly many flowered foxed brush orchid. So these are the common name of it, and it has a beautiful fragrance also. And you can see it is sometimes small to medium sizes there, then single stemmed orchid with a stout many leaf stem, and the leaves are strap shaped, curved, bilobed at the tip. So mostly I have talked about the leaves pattern of Aerides is that mostly they are a bilobed one, or sometimes strapped, or sometimes different type of variation, or you can say arrangement in leaves there. So for this it is strap shaped, curved, bilobed at the tip. So flowers arise from rarely branched, and it is a pendulous type. Many flower inflorescence are at the pendulous. You can see the flowers are waxy and it has a fragrant minute. So one more thing that I have forget to talk about it, that Aerides falcata, it has also a fragrant is there, but for Aerides crispa you will find that pineapple like fragrance it is there. So you can see, you can smell every Aerides species, but it has very much different from any another species. So let's move to our next Aerides species. I guess forgot that for this the elevation is from 200 to 1500 meter, and the flowering period is from April to June. Let's move to our next one. Then comes to our Aerides odorata. So Aerides odorata, the common name is fragrant fox brush orchid, or you can say fragrant orchids or fragrant cattails orchid. So from the common name you can clearly guess, or you can clearly say that it has a very much fragrance or aroma in it, so you can get attracted to it, of course. So one more thing is that Aerides odorata I have personally seen, and in whenever we get inside the forest and at that flowering period when we go, as in May to July, so we get to sense, or we get to sense the aroma of Aerides odorata, that how much it gives fragrance to the whole forest. So it has a basically a very much significant, or you can say very much importance for the ecosystem or the ecology, because of that fragrance. What makes it more beautiful to it, um, just making fragrance to it, so that many more pollinators come to pollinate it also. So I can always say that orchids are very much important to the forest areas. So let's move to our this, as in fragrant fox brush orchid, as in common name it is there. So it is a large to giant size, highly valuable. So the flower you can see, and it is a drooping and branching stem, though it has carry fleshy incurved, oblong and broad and pale green leaves are there. So leaves are round, lobed at the tip. So basically the flowers is sharply pendant, highly fragrant, you can see, and the flower is cylindric inflorescence that arise out of the leaf axil. So as developing can be very sticky, and giving rise to many waxy, very fragrant flowers is there. So for this you can also see that whenever you will touch, I personally touch it, so whenever I touch Aerides odorata, I get to know that it has a waxy and you can say very sticky kind of flower is there. So these are for Aerides odorata, and the elevation is up to 2000 meter, and the flowering period is from May to July. So let's move to our next one. So let's talk about on Aerides rosia. So personally I didn't see Aerides rosia, but I can tell it has a very much more resemble to Aerides multiflora. But due to its color and due to its pattern, it has also very much different from it. So for this, the common name is mostly rosy fox brush orchid. So why it is has such type of name? Because it has a rosy type color is there. The flower the this orchid is from medium to large size, and it has with a clumping drooping stem carrying several strap shaped leaves are there. So the flowers are waxy with fragrance of lily of the valley flowers. So you can see it has a fragrance like a lily, you can see lily plants. So the flowers are mostly white, spotted or tinged with purplish red, particularly on the lip part. So from that you can identify from other Aerides species. And the dorsal sepals nearly ovate, and the tip is blunt, and the lateral sepals ovate and blunt. So petals are also ovate, and it is also blunt type, and the lip is triangular to slightly laterally compressed, and the lip is lobed, or you can say the pointed one, and the lateral lobe small incurved over mouth of spur. So these are for, and you can say it is also a arrow shaped triangular pointed type. So from these are morphologically it has very much different from Aerides multiflora, because it the lip, as I have told now, that how much the lip of this Aerides rosia would be there, and the elevation is from 200 to 1800 meter, and the flowering period is from April to August. Then move to our next one. So now we will talk on Aerides emiri. So personally I didn't get one clarified on it, like which one will be show the Aerides emiri flower, because from the internet I get to know that there is very much, you can say, you can debate about it, like Aerides emiri flower is very much you can say similar to Aerides rosia, or you can say Aerides multiflora and other Aerides species, but I didn't get any definite type of picture of it, so I didn't put it in here, so that nobody get confused over it, that yes it looks like just like, how can it be different from that other species. So I have not given the flower in it here, because in net sources I have found some pictures on it, Aerides emiri, but it is all like a pictorial type, so not like a photo that I can give over here, but I can say some of the it's you can say morphologically. So as in common name I only find its common name is emiri Aerides, not much more on it, and the it has a erect stem carrying narrow, elongate, broad, leathery, and sub-equally bilobed leaves, and the flowers is arching to semi-pendulous. You can see, or you can say the flower is arching pendulous, and many flower inflorescences are there. So as per the literature aspect I only get to know their morphological, but I didn't get the photo of it, so I have only mentioned this because in many papers, in many books, Aerides emiri is also available in India. So these are for all the Aerides species that are available in India. There will be much more of it, but these are some of the Aerides species that we can identify it and we get to know in many parts of India. So these are for all. So thank you for watching and hope you will like this video and get to know about some of the Aerides species, how does it look and how does it differentiate from one another and what are the conflict and what are the mistakes that we made. So these are for all, and keep subscribing to our channel to get to know about on our more orchid or any other plant species. So thank you for watching. Bye.